Hello, welcome to the Colourful Creativity podcast. My name is Carolien and this is episode 109. You can find me everywhere as Carolien and all the links to everywhere are down here in the description box in YouTube. So, hello, welcome everyone. Welcome back to all returning viewers and welcome to all new viewers. It's been a long month of Vlogtober that actually flew by, where I didn't even have time to also record a podcast. So I thought, well, now we're a week into November, it's definitely time to come back again. Bings is definitely also here. He jumped on my lap right away, and Miss Leia just woke up as well. So this is gonna be fun. This will be recorded in two parts because I'm also dyeing yarn at the moment and I have like 30 minutes and then I have to go upstairs and do stuff again. So if there's a weird break and I'm totally out of sorts and don't know where I was again, you already know why it is. Right, a month where you saw all the things that came in. You saw what I made. The sun is shining, so the light is very weird today. It's either gone or on, so colors might be a bit off. Well, you saw what I made mostly. If you came to the Instagram live at the Knit Retreat, you saw even more because some things I had to keep a secret and some things are still secret and I can't show you yet. There's one finished object that is hidden away because I'm not allowed to show it until the pattern goes live. It's a test knit, so yeah, you'll have to wait for that. There was a bit more knitting than I'm showing off today, but to be honest, I haven't been knitting that much. But what I can show you is this gorgeous mitt in it is the Miss Violet's mitts by Zoë Carter from Pins and Needles UK, or the Pins and Needles vlog, and one part of the Knit Retreat organization. This is the Knit Retreat special pattern and I had the pleasure of testing it. My trusty hand is holding it. The colorway is the Retreat colorway Treasure Hunt, and I will take it off my trusty hand because my own hand is a little bit bigger and this was a large size, so you can see the pattern a bit better. So it is absolutely gorgeous floral inspired lace and I love it. I made it as a shop sample, but I definitely might cast on a pair for myself. So I have a good pair. The pattern is available now, I think, in the Carter Yarn shop, or because that's also the Knit Retreat merchandise shop, I think, or on Ravelry and maybe on another place, but I'm not sure, but I will link that here in the description box for you guys. Absolutely love it, very happy with it, and very happy I could help. So, and the colorway is not too shabby either. If I may say so myself, I fell in love with it. I need a sweater in it, but first I have to dye all the pre-orders because it got sold out very quickly during the virtual Knit Retreat marketplace, and I'm still trying to order to dye all the orders. So I've been very busy. You've been keeping me busy, which is good. So thank you for that. Then there was another project I was working on because I needed another sample and I wanted to knit a sample in a new base that will hopefully be added, but maybe not after all. There's been some issues from what I heard with yeah, yarn when you order it taking like 2 months before it finally arrives. And that's not related to any COVID issues, that's just their general. Yeah, no, not with me. When I order yarn, I want to dye it now and not in 2 or 3 months. So here is a hoe. This is my Rainbow Bridges sock pattern, and in the No Rainbows Without Rain yarn. I finished this during one of the Zoom meetings in the Knitty Retreat, one of the socials, and I actually cast on the second one right away. So I have the ribbing almost done, and here's the yarn. So soft sock might stay after all. Oh well. Just the issues we have as dyers. I will knit this pair of socks and then just wear it, see what the base is like, and just fingers crossed that it really wears quickly so it's not a good sock base. So I won't be too disappointed. So yeah, hoe and a faux. And then on to whips. I have in this Vicky Bird Designs, where are you? Yeah. Handmade by Vicky Bird Designs project bag, which I won ages ago, is my pair of handspun socks, 2 at a time knitting on these, toe up, and they are growing. Because this is my project that I plan to knit for the TGIF Cal, or the Thank God or Thank Goodness It's Finished knit along, that I am co-hosting with my friend Angela from the Yarn and Yarns podcast. That means that all the chatter and finished object thread are on her Ravelry group. And also you can totally just post them on Instagram, tag one of us, and we will add you there if you cannot use Ravelry, or you can email one of us for your finished object so we can add you to the spreadsheet. And you can email me just at info@carolien.nl. So that was some housekeeping. We've got some lovely prizes, patterns, gift certificates for Angela's shop, spinning fiber, I think there was, and there were also some project pouches. I think I saw that in Angela's podcast. So very, very nice prizes to win if you want to join. The TGIF Call is all about finishing your whips, the long standing forgotten whips, ignored whips. You can definitely also cast on new stuff if you're not someone who has multiple whips. But it's going until 31st of December, so the last quarter of the year. We're 1 month in. Plenty of whips got done, just not mine. So this one is on the list to get finished this month. And I am this far in. I mean, there's a heel here. So what is it? About 2 inches, maybe 2.5. I'm into the leg, and I have this much left, and I hope I can knit as much of this yarn up as possible. But we'll see how far we're gonna get. I'm knitting these on 2.75 millimeter instead of my usual 2.5 millimeter, because the yarn is not as thin as regular sock yarn, because it's hand spun. To be honest, in some places it's lace, in some places it's DK worsted, so this is definitely not perfect. This has way too much twist. Yeah, it is a bit bouncy, that's good. The fit is not perfect, so these might become just home, or what others call bed socks, but I don't wear socks in bed, so that won't work for me. But just home slipper socks kinda. I'm pretty sure they won't last forever because, well, it's hand spun, it's merino. There is nylon in there, but still. I think because the way that I have spun it up, there will be some issues with threads. They already look thin. I mean, look. Will you focus, please? Here is a part where it's like cobweb instead of fingering. So I am fairly certain that those parts might break pretty quickly. So yeah, we'll see. They are my first pair of handspun socks, so finishing them is more important than perfection. I know, coming from me, that's a thing. Then I have a huge tote bag because, well, I ran out of project bags that were big enough. Might be a sign that I need to finish some whips instead of casting on new stuff. You know me. But in here is a test knit, and let me turn the pages to the place where there's something I can show you. Let me find it. There it is. So I am knitting the Twinkle Twinkle cardigan, and this is a pattern by Feinmotorik or Julia Maria Hegenbart, and she is a German knitting designer, and this is, I think, one of her first garments. And she had a test knit where the biggest size was a 50-inch bust circumference, and I was like, that's too small. I wish you would make it bigger and size inclusive. Well, she did. So I am now testing the size 4XL, and she went all the way to the 60-inch bust, or I think it's even a tiny bit bigger because, well, ease and how it just falls. Let me find it. Here it is. Body circumference 61.1 inch. So, and it's designed to be worn with 0 ease, so neutral. Mine will probably be somewhere between negative and positive because I definitely don't know what gauge is. I think a lot of people will struggle in these times with gauge, with stress from the corona pandemic, and also well, elections in the US and such. It's a lot. So my gauge is going from too big to too small, and I hope in general it will be somewhere in the middle. I am happily knitting away on it. This is the back with some short rows. I think I showed the short rows last time, but now we also have a front with beads. So twinkle twinkle it is. I went with some luster, oil slick luster purple beads in my yellow, and I couldn't be happier. I mean, this is just absolutely fabulous. I am in love, if I may say so myself. I am knitting this out of this yarn, which is Katia Concept Casual, and I am definitely pleased with the result. The only thing is, sometimes you have your yarn gets stuck in the ball when you wind a ball like this, or a cake, how you want to call it, and then when it's stuck you can pull on it. This yarn doesn't want to be pulled, because when I pulled on it I just broke my yarn. This splits so easily. Let me show you on this bit. yeah, that wasn't that hard pulling at all. So you have to be careful when you're stuck in the ball, or you accidentally have the ball of yarn between your leg and your chair. Yeah, you can break your yarn, which means extra ends. But let me see, where is it? Here it is. I have used the weave-in Steven technique and attached it. The stupid thing was I had knit like 10 stitches after weaving in the end, and then it broke again. So what I did was tick back and get that little bit out. There's a weird stitch, well, it will block out. So yeah, here's my weave-in Steven. No more ends for the end. I will just do it right away. So yeah, as you can see, there's some weird stitches going on sometimes, but maybe you can't even see that. It's just my perfectionism. I am knitting this on 3.25mm needles. This is a fingering weight, so it will take me a bit. But hey, I am doing it. I know the pattern is already launched for the smaller sizes. There was a pretty steep deadline for that, so she was very generous in giving me a bit of a longer deadline. I am now fiddling the stitch marker to the point where I am now, so I can show you my progress in the next podcast. I swatched on 2 sizes. I swatched on the size that was in the pattern. I'm not sure which it was. It was a 3.5mm, but my gauge was a bit off. And then I did the 3.25mm, and I still was a bit off, but I think I was off by half a stitch or maybe 1 stitch, and she was like, don't worry, go for it. So that's also why I am not quite sure if I'm gonna be on the positive or negative E side. And here are my beads. They do very much go with what I'm wearing today. But these are from virwarkralen.nl. I'm not sure, will this focus? Yeah, there you go. Price and all is on it. €1.05 per 10 grams, and if all goes right, I'm gonna need 6 baggies. So that is works in progress. I really have to find a good project bag. I want to make myself some Christmas bags. So I also have this. This is also something I knit in here, in this little pouch. That is a bag for toiletries, but it's definitely not an ocean spout or something, because I can see through it, which would mean everything would poke through it basically. But in here are my swatches from the class I took in the Knit Retreat. I had 3 classes, which was awesome. At first I did Mina Phillips, or the Knitting Expat pattern hacking class, which was super good. Yeah, she explained very well with gauge how to go up, how to go down, and also with substitution of yarn. And I do hope I now have the confidence to actually hack a pattern instead of just following the pattern line by line. Of course, for a test knit I have to, but for something that's not a test knit, I hope I'm now able to add things like bust darts or something and pick the right size, or add some waist shaping, or maybe even not. Add some hip shaping depending on whatever the pattern is. So yeah, that was very, very nice. Then I had a photography class, which was also pretty good. It was not fully up my alley because I was hoping for a little bit more product photography, and I sent in my questions that were answered, so that's awesome. So then on Sunday morning I had this class by Sylvia Watts Cherry, or with cherries on top, I think she is on Instagram. And Sylvia did the cast on bind off class, and that was amazing. If you ever can do a class, I highly recommend it, because I have learned so many things. Like I have notes in a notebook, so I know what every bind off and cast on is because of all the different stitch markers in there. But as you can see, this bind off and cast on don't go together. One is very stretchy, the other is not. And we had provisional cast ons, so I can still take them out. We also had the 3 needle bind off. You can't see it on this side, but it's there. And I'm actually, yeah, I actually did not do 3 needle binds off in the shoulders. I always kind of went with grafting it. Yeah, that's not good. It looks good, but by doing the 3 needle bind off, you have a bit of a ridge on the inside, which gives it a lot more stability. Like the seams in all your garments. And when I sew a garment, I always have to do a little band in my jersey to make this a bit less stretchy, so it doesn't sag as much. So the 3 needle bind off does that instantly, which is awesome. And we also learned to do 1 row buttonholes. So here's the ribbing and here's the buttonhole, which will be very useful for the cardigan I'm knitting. So yeah, it was awesome. I really enjoyed that. And of course I had to knit some swatches as homework up front, so that's why I'm showing you my knitting. Yeah, that was basically all the knitting, plus the hat I can't show you. The hat is a colorwork hat as a test knit for Jelly. I think it's gonna be December or January that it will come out. So yeah, you have to wait for that for a while. I can say that my gauge is very different than Jelly's gauge. Jelly is a loose knitter and I am a tight knitter, so the hat doesn't fit me, but it's gonna be a shop sample, so that's fine. And this mister apparently needs his attention, and I now need to go on a break. And then I will come back all reorganized and repacked, because I have quite some acquisitions this month. I don't have any place to store it at the moment, so it's bad. Very, very bad. But hey, it's yarn. It's nice, it's warm, and it's very, very plushy and cuddly in some cases. Right, time for acquisitions. I hope you settled down and have a nice cuppa or something, because, well, there is a lot. A lot of you that followed the vlogs might have seen quite some bits, but there's also some things I wasn't able to show you in October, and also some things that came in this month, so brace yourselves. First up is a spoiler. For those of you who haven't gotten their undercover author Igor for October, look away. Look away. Do not watch this. Because I have it here. The Clan of Igor's Yarn Club by Undercover Author, and the inspiration for October 2020 is the movie Black Sheep. it's not a nice sheepy movie. The colorway is here, and it's called Carcass, but classy. So reds, grays, and white. Let's say about the colorway: fluffy white cute merino sheep. That's what this movie is all about, right? Wrong. It's about bloodthirsty, genetically manipulated animals that will gnaw your face off. So here you go. Have a carcass, make it classy. So yeah. The perfect curdled red, and they went a bit crazy with splattering it around. So yeah. And with that came these terror eyes, because apparently sheep's eyes are a delicacy in some countries. I'm happy this is strawberry flavored bubblegum. Thank you very much. Then I have here a brand new project bag, which was gifted to me by the lovely Jennifer. And there's also something in here because we did a little swap. I had quite a lot of leftovers and mini skeins, and Jennifer was destashing but was also willing to swap for mini skeins. And well, I got these two 50-gram skeins where I only have to add a contrasting mini skein, and then I can make 2 pairs of socks. So yay. And quite a lot of mini skeins that were partial, even leftovers from my adventuresome wrap. I mean, my leftovers even have leftovers. That's how much yarn I have, apparently. Looking at the state of this mess around me, why do I even buy more yarn? I have so much. I'm a real hoarder, people. I will admit it here. I already admitted it to my husband, and I really have to stop hoarding. I have to start using. So that's what my goal is for next year. Use, not save for later, for when special, for whatever. Use the freaking stuff. So thank you very much, Jennifer. I really love this bag. It's another TARDIS bag. I do not see a maker tag, but well, Jennifer was like, this suits Carolien absolutely perfect, because she already has 2 TARDIS bags and she loves Doctor Who, and she has a husband who loves Doctor Who, so it's absolutely perfect. Hooray. And off they go to the side, because there's more. Wouldn't be me if there wasn't more. So I got a big box of yarn, and that one you already saw on the vlog, because most of it was for my mom. It was totally fine, but there were also a few skeins for me, or balls of the signature 4-ply, and 2 balls of this one, the Silent Night colorway, their Christmas yarn for this year, and a golden oldie that's also back, 2 balls of a candy cane. And I seriously cannot wait until Robert finishes the 3D printing of the circular sock machine to try this out. I mean, hello, cranking a sock instead of knitting it might be quite a lot faster. So those, and they came with the pattern for the Silent Night colorway. This is by Winwick Mum, and also a wonderful card. I'm not going to show you the inside, but I did want to show you the quote. when it rains, look for rainbows. When it's dark out, look for stars. And that's true. That's what I always do. So with a no rainbows without rain colorway, maybe I should do a starry something colorway. Have to consider that. Then there was a raffle. The treasure chest YGC, I think. I always forget how the letter, the syllables, the letters, no, whatever. How the YGC order is. GYC, YGC, YCG. Sorry, Catherine. It is a raffle for the foundation, and they give money and the things that are really needed in a breast cancer center. So I really support that, and Catherine did it for a few years now already, and I won a prize in the last raffle. And I cannot show you the yarn anymore because I gifted that to my mom. I have a photo of it which I will insert here. It is a very nice BFL silk silver grey and a woolly nylon blend blue, variegated blue, and it came with a pattern, optical illusion, and my mom is not a color knitter and also not a English pattern reader. So, and this yarn was donated to the treasure chest by Jane. So thank you very much, Jane. The yarn is wonderful. It's just not my color. And my mom saw it and was smitten right away. She loved it, especially the silky one. It was so nice and so shiny and so soft and drapey, etc. She's gonna make something pretty with it, probably a striped shawl or something. Something easy to keep her hands busy and her mind off things. That order from Angela was not the only order I did lately. Angela from Yarn and Yarns, to make it full. Yarn and Yarns went from a store in Penarth to an online store, and since it's locked down, the store-in-store concept where she's at is also closed at the moment, so you can only order online. And well, I'm too far away. Anyways, so I'm super glad you got an online shop, Angela, because you still feel like my local yarn shop. I love her assortment, and that first package came beginning of October, and yesterday there was another package, and in that package was this. This size is better. I packed these in this zipper bag because it was easier than having to juggle all those mini balls. This was a mystery bag she did when the shop was about to close. She did some destashing on her Instagram, Yarn and Yarns destash page. And I got this mystery bag with 10 mini skeins of sock yarn. And these are opal minis, and they are so cute. So I have to start thinking about what I'm going to do with them. But that was not all, because I did an order on the Native Retreat virtual marketplace. I ordered these. These are circular needle protectors, and what I noticed is that I often have project bags where my needles poke through. No, not good. So I thought, let me try these and have some needle minders. I know I have a few needle minders anyway, but I have more projects and more project bags than needle minders and needle nests, and how you want to call them. And then the real reason I ordered it is this. So Cumulus yarn, which is a 74% baby suri alpaca and a 26% mulberry silk. It is so soft, but it seemed like a very nice way of ditching mohair and using the baby alpaca. This is I think this is 25 grams. Let me find it. 25 grams, 150 meters, so 600 meters in 100 grams. The regular mohair and silk is 800 to 900 meters. So this is a bit thicker, but still it will be fine. I got 8 balls, so I hope I can knit another love note kind of garment with it. That'd be nice. It really is a gorgeous color, and I'm still contemplating what to use it with. I have a few yarns in mind that I have 2 skeins of, so I have 8 skeins, so that's 1200 meters. Should be enough for a love note, definitely. And in that package, Angela very kindly also added Welsh cakes and some tea, but especially Welsh cakes because, well, we really missed our visit to the UK and shopping Welsh cakes. So yeah, thank you very much, Angela. I really loved it. And it also came on a day I needed it. There was also something else in that package, and I am very good at enabling my friends and asking them, hey, do you want to order together with me? And can I have it shipped to you? Because that's a lot cheaper. Oops. Since I had already paid for shipping from Angela to me. Yeah, shipping from a different store in the UK to me would be double, and they had quite a high shipping. Not as much as I'm used to with other stores, but okay, shipping is shipping. I know my shipping prices are also high, but hey, I could save some in this way. And Angela also wanted to order some yarn there, so I now have 3 sock blanks from Rainbow Fusions. I really fell in love with this colorway. I got 2 of those. They are the Coral Snapdragon, and this is the Autumn Leaves Gradient. Isn't that gorgeous? I was thinking of knitting socks with them, but they are single ply. No, not single ply. They are single stranded. So that would mean one sock is from brown to basically something orange, and the other one from orange to yellow, and probably I would have quite some yellow left or some brown depending on the side I would start. So I'm not sure about that. I will have to see. Maybe in Sock Madness there will be something nice for a gradient. I will see. And then I was talking about the Knit Tea Retreat, and there was a gift box, which can also be seen in the vlog. But yeah, I thought for all that didn't watch the vlogs, I would do it here as well. I don't have everything anymore. I mean, cookies and candy and tea. No, they're gone. They weren't in there. Definitely not in there. The stitch marker is already in something. Probably my notions pouch, and my notions pouch is crammed full and I have to organize that thing, but sorry. I know it was a gorgeous one, Jennie. Well done. I'm talking about Jennie from All About Yarn, the other half of the Knit Tea Retreat, and the dyer of this gorgeous skein of yarn. It's a bit salmon orangey with a bit of brown. it definitely shows up really yellow here on the screen because the sun is shining on that side. But I can tell you it is more a salmon colored. No, not really getting better. This is her new base, BFL Boo. I think it was a new base. 80% superwash BFL and 20% bamboo. So a sock yarn without nylon, which sounds very interesting, and it is very, very soft from what I know of BFL. So yeah, there's definitely options there. Also, there was some new merchandise, a Knit to Retreat notebook. And it came with some gorgeous little pens. Very handy for the Notions pouch. There were other things that I might have forgotten in there, like the booklet for the retreat. There also were coupons for the virtual marketplace, etc. Then, for those of you who have not unpacked their undercover order, what's in the box? Do not watch this. Do not watch the vlogs. Because I have now fully opened my Neon is my neutral undercover author. What's in the box. And I have made a few photos for this, so it would be easier because it's quite a handful and I have unpacked it and it's not in the right order anymore. If you want to see it in the right order, watch vlogs 1 to 13 because I started opening them a bit earlier than most people. I do not need a countdown to Halloween, I need a countdown to halfway through the month where things are getting better again for my emotions. But here is all the yarn. Look at that power color explosion. I am absolutely in love with, let me see, where is it? This one. This is Octoman. Not sure why, but I'm madly in love with it. And I also love the new one. I think that's a new one. Not even sure. Blood Freak. I think this is a new one, yes. As far as I know, it might even be in the shop update tonight at Undercover Author. And there are some really good semi-solids in here that I'm like, oh my word. Annoying Orange is one of them that I'm in love with. And Not the Bead is absolutely gorgeous. And I went for the Schlock base, which is also the same yarn as the Rainbow Bridges socks I'm knitting. It's just really, really nice and soft. Then, let me put this on the table so no cat will run away with it. There are more goodies every day. Like I said, if you want to see the right order, watch the vlogs. I unpack one every day. First up, there is this brightly colored fake fur pom-pom, and it has a snap button, which is very handy. There was a tassel maker in there with explanation how it works, and also a booklet with how it works. There was a embroidery bracelet in there as well. Yeah, bracelet for sewing, well, more for embroidery. And that came with some embroidery thread, which I have here in my Neon is my neutral Notions pouch. And I can tell you, it is very neon. It's definitely neon. And there was also something very funny in there, which I already knew, which is a little ghost glass a glass ghost stitch marker. So I knew that, of course, because, well, hi, they're mine. I had that order back in March, I think. So yeah, it's been a long time in the making. Then there was this nice tube which has some darning needles in there, or embroidery needles, both of them are in there. This cute little wobbly bat pen, some Neon is my neutral otter labels to sew on things when you're done. This amazing pair of scissors, unicorn scissors, seriously, and they go pretty good. Haven't tried it yet on something other than air, but it feels good, sturdy. Oh, hi Binks. Oh yeah, you saw your pom-pom. You saw your pom-pom. Or is it your mommy? Sorry, I have to put some things back in my notions pouch so Mr. Binks doesn't think, let me take that. Like scissors and such. Oh, purr. There was also a pattern going with it, the Wine Slice Shawl by Jane Morrison. And their Binks was a sew on patch from Your Mother Darns Socks in Hell. There was a small dotted notebook with Otter Count Dracula, which I think is awesome. And there were some Halloween sticky notes in there. Super cute. And stickers. I think this is Gilman. Dracula. This is from Frankenstein. This is the monster. And the mummy. I think I remembered it right this time. Whoop. Yes, Binks. Yes, Binks. You need your attention. Yes. Let me put it away. Do not bite my notions pouch. Not good. Naughty push. So yeah, that was everything that came in the past month. And a little bit from this month. I think there shouldn't be that much coming in from now until the end of the year. I think. I will have, of course, my advent calendar. I will get 2 more advent calendars, which are swaps. So probably still plenty of stuff coming in. Oh well, anything to survive this year, isn't it? I do, however, am on the side of, yeah, well, 2021 won't start magically with everything solved, probably. So, oh well, I can at least solve some of my mountain of whips pile. That's something I can do, and I will do. I hope you join me and Angela in the TGIF Cal. You can find everything in the Yarn and Yarns group on Ravelry, or you can just write us a message if you want to know more. And yeah, I really need that knit along. And I look to the side to my whips, and I'm a little bit overwhelmed. But that's also because I'm working very hard and not seeing much progress, more than just 2 rows a night of knitting. But that's gonna change. Today is the last day of dying for the pre-orders, and then next week is getting them all packed and shipped, and then it should be a bit less. It should be all a bit easier, and working just 1 load of yarn a day instead of 2 or 3, which is good, which gives me a bit time to recover from everything. Advent related, because that was just crazy. I mean, you saw it all in the Vlogtober videos when I was working. There's also a lot behind the scenes that I'm going to be adding to the Vlogmas vlogs. So I'm also preparing for that. And then I have to make the 2 swap advents, which is also awesome. I love making advent calendars. When it's not 40 of them. 40 was maybe a bit too much. So for next year, if I do it again, it will be a little bit less, or at least it will be just one weight. It won't be 10 or 20 grams choice. It will be just one. It will be all 20 grams and be done with it. Because yeah, the fact that we had to keep 2 sizes apart made it a bit tricky. My house was a mess for over a month. And I'm so happy we have it back. We will be decluttering the house. We will be working in the attic to make it better for Robert. But I first have to get all kinds of stuff out of the house. So any tips on how to let go of stuff and not hoard things are very welcome. Because like I said, I'm a bit of a hoarder. I hoard yarn and fun stuff and all my hobby and crafting materials I have still. I have lots of issues to let that go. And I'm not letting go of this one because he's not letting go of me. So, with that, I will leave you because I have to get to my yarn in the studio again. And I will see you back hopefully in a week or 2. And if not, if it takes a little bit longer, I took a longer break. Sorry. I am planning some kind of vlogs or not full podcast in between if I can. I do want to organize all my sweater quantities, so I might need a little bit of help with that from you guys and do that on video. I hope I can get to make some extra beads as I am more in a bead making mood, and since you all love that so much in the vlogs, I'm very motivated to pick it up again. Also, I need to destash some of my glass because, well, like Robert said, even if you go make beads 3 times more than you are doing now, you still have glass for 300 years. He's right. He's absolutely right. So yeah, there's gonna be some decluttering going on here very soon, and yeah, I need all the support I can get. So see you again soon. Bye bye. Oh, you smirk little bastard. You smirk little bastard. You are okay with everything, are you? As long as you get your attention. I really should go upstairs now. Pink sir.